أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to our beautiful mothers and our fathers, our ancestors, as well as our spouses and our families and our extended families, and the Ummah at large, humanity in totality, on this the 21st 21 من 3446 Hijri. It is the 21st of the 3rd 1446 Hijri, and mashallah tabarakallah, it is Yawmul Arbi'a. It is Wednesday, mashallah tabarakallah, and it is quite a cloudy day here in the south. Allahu Akbar wa lillahi alhamd. Although we are in the spring of the Mawlud 1446 Hijri, a very auspicious moment in the lives of the heavens, specifically as we commemorate and we establish new art, new expansions of what resonates with your soul. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. We are appointed on this dimension of our earthly experience to grow in knowledge, ilm, and that ilm would then prosper to become wisdom. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. The wisdom that we need in life is to navigate us for that which we cannot comprehend and anticipate, but due to us having the confidence and the conviction by the guidance of the universe and the prime creator, are we given the stamina to produce the wisdom. The wisdom is first and foremost that you and I must embrace the eternal journey. When you, as you grow into your various stages of your evolution, of expansion and understanding yourself better, spending more time internalizing your purpose, finding the inconsistencies that is buried inside of your past lives. There are many hidden unclosed chapters of your lives, which was entertained, it was experienced, and it was left unhealed. Okay. The healing process, people of Allah, is, for example, when you hear about the fallen angels. Okay, I'll give you a beautiful example. Say during COVID, so you are not sure who sent it, you're not sure who permitted it, you're not sure why it happened. You still just swept it under the carpet because you felt that you understood the signs and you did not comprehend the signs of Allah. The signs we understood, but the signs of Allah, it was not revealed to us because for many reasons. One of the reasons is at times that we have not reached the stage of that level of comprehension and analyzation. Okay, so Allah Ta'ala creates everything in pairs. The one is the opposite to the other. Okay, one you see, the other you do not see. The one is physical, the other is metaphysical. Okay, if you and I have been moduled only to be consumers, only to establish the reality of life from the external physical يعني entrapment, physical يعني features, physical knowledge, physical sciences, then that is one part of it. But then there is a much larger part that you and I have to uncover. That is where you and I, and mostly, and most of the human species get stuck. We get stuck in that part because we are unable to think for ourselves. We are unable to escape the dominance or the bullying or the compliancy of the norm, that we do not want to challenge our conditions or our state of convictions, okay? State of beliefs, state of realities, right? So if you are given by the will of God, Allah is the one that gives wisdom, and that wisdom is planted in your cultural orientations. You cannot find it in the books. You cannot find it in the Quran. You have to find it inside of your cultural orientations, okay? Your cultural orientations is a spiritual realm, because those who formatted, those who coded it, those who patterned it, those who cycled it, those who crocheted it, they had been guided to do that which they did, okay? You have not yet come to understand why some of the mothers had placed on the table during Ramadan a glass filled with water, okay? And they would say that is for a specific person that passed on. That is what the forefathers of the land did. They lit a candle during the evening or during the last 10 days of Ramadan, signifying the light that will come, okay, within, okay. So the understanding and the unveiling part of your evolution and my evolution through the journey of life is that we have to establish conviction that the end is the beginning and not the beginning is the end, okay. Many of us, as we resolve through the secularist system, the artificial intelligent worlds that has no akhirah, people. It is all installed into our psychological growth, okay. So inside of your growth stages of your spiritual, mental, physical, metaphysical, physiological, astrological, all of those components inside of you, you have to activate it. That is the 7 samawats, okay. The Europeans and some of the African cultures, they would had reflected it in a zodiac, in like areas. They would call the head areas, then they would call the throat, Taurus, okay. Then they would call the heart Leo. They would call the back Libra, okay. They would call the feet, where the soul is, Pisces, okay. All these different various mythologies was formatted as to how the cultural orientations and sciences and traditions was interpreted to their generations, and how their generations carried it on from their times until today. It is important for you as a civilization, and you who subscribes to certain religions, to understand that these sciences, it is also science. Science means ayat, okay? So just a brief summary as to how you collect the wisdom of this entire journey is that all the planets, okay, be it Mars, be it Libra, be it Aries, be it Taurus, the seven, the major seven, okay? These planets lives within you. You are only seeing a plasma, but it's not a planet on the outside. You have just been told that by your science. But because you have not yet opened up the door, it was not opened up for us yet to understand why did God place those things within us. So we are only believing it on the outside because we believe that human beings can reach the moon because we live entrapped in a physical world, okay? When you are in your physical world, you are in your best form of being the shaitan yourself. Okay, that's a narrative that you have to come to reconcile. Okay, when you cannot understand who shaitan is, then that is part of how you unveil in wisdom to detach from the illusional plane. Okay, so subhanallah, those plasmas that is living inside of the cosmos, okay, inside of the firmament, in the skies, in the heavens, so to speak, okay, that you are given entry into when you understand what akhirah means. Akhirah is when you can decode the signs of Allah. When you are able to speak the language of the universe, okay? When you are able to interpret the symbols and the codes that is presented to you within the cosmic journey of your astral body, your higher conscious, okay? This is above the norm, okay? Many of us cannot reach there because we are in the survival mode. We are swimming in fear, in guilt, and in doubt, okay? That blocks faith because you were not prepared to take the loop of faith, okay? Your beliefs and faith is two different things, okay? Many of us have faith in what we are capable of doing, okay? As ons 'n pot kos kan maak, 'n lekker pot biryani kan maak, then you have faith in it, okay? You build your confidence in it, okay? You have that given to you inside your convictions or your knowledge, right? Your information, your database. The akhirah is a different ball altogether, okay? You are still stuck in the fact that believing that you're going to be exposed to akhirah when you die, but it is never like that. You're actually supposed to be gifted that when you know that you have to accept the end in order to understand the beginning, okay? So that is what akhirah means and how your psychology was patterned in your hemispheres, right? That would give you access into switching on and understanding where Pluto is and where Mars is and where Aries is and where Libra. It is all inside of us. It's 7 chakrats. Allah mentions Shakira, Shakirin. It's where you come to find activation of gratification. Shakira means gratitude, okay? You can only elevate through the 7 stages of enlightenment of eternity and of what you call Jannah is when you are able to put the light on, okay? That light has to go in uniformity with how you sustain your ascension and your expansion of conscious. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. As we always have to identify with us, each and one, we all have souls, but we are estranged to our souls. Our souls has a mind that speaks to us, but our head, our brains is too noisy that we are unable to listen to that voice that is within in order to guide us to what is the better decision than what we think is what would be best. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. This ladder of conscious that we are given, it is in seasons. It does not come at a time where you choose to have. You can't want to have winter fruits in summer. That's artificial. Okay, you have to be aligned to the seasons, which is by no chance a mistake, people. Okay, most of our lives has been modeled through an artificial landscape, an artificial calendar. Okay, it's time that was placed in certain formulas. Certain months as 28 days, certain months as 31 days, certain months. This is human constructs. Okay, whether it is Islamic or non-Islamic, it is both human founded. Okay. We as the soul tribes, the natural orientated people who subscribes to the deen of Allah, which is the fitrah. Okay, Allah only has one deen, and that is the deenullahil fitrah. Okay, the natural order, the natural disposition. Everyone has your own nature. When you are able to understand and understand and overstand what is your nature, then you have started the journey of unveiling wisdom. Okay, wisdom, the ancestors of the land of your tribe has the they have the heritage, they have the estate of planting that in your cycles, okay, in your infancy. All right, so many of them, they termed it as ons gaan nou werk maak. Okay, nou enigeen wat gaan werk maak, dan moet somehow a reason wees hoekom jou great grandfather said dat hy moet gaan werk, hy moet nog gaan werk maak. What do you think het hy gemeen, en wat can you relate to werk maak? Okay, did you think werk maak is to study? Did you think werk maak is to make salah only? Werk maak, people, was in order for the energy of yourself, so that the light can go on inside. Okay, hy het die ligte laat brand. Okay, dis werk. If you work, then there is a reward, and that reward would gain you access to the ancestral realm of spiritual wisdom. Okay, with the intentions that they did it, but because of your limited exposure of your knowledge, you planted the seed, but you have to decode it when you reach the season that you will find the fruits going to be spared. Okay, such is what the evolution of our lives are. Such is where we have to find peace. If you cannot find the tranquility within, you're not going to be able to embrace the journey, regardless of what challenges is awaiting you. Okay, so the best thing is that you have made deposits for yourself and for your family and for your next generations. Okay, your forefathers had left a great heritage, a great energy, a great rhythm, a great frequency, a great channel a great investment. They've left trillions. Okay, there was never money. Okay, when Allah created human beings, there was never money. The first thing when they did was, that is how they started writing, is they kept book, they used tokens as a measure of exchange. Okay, as the human being became more conversive with earth, okay, with this dimension, that is where they came to manipulate the energies. All right, that is where you and I believe that money has value, and it's not actually the content or the purpose that you had come here in order to establish. Okay, so as the wisdom unfolds to us as the ascending tribes, you will and I will come to understand what is the idol that Ibrahim left undisturbed. Okay, that was the rahmah of Allah. And everything in your past civilization is going to be dismantled, and it would dilapidate. Okay, and new structures will come in place of it. Okay, new habits will grow, new formulas, new applications will come to replace it. Okay, you cannot replace spiritual truth. Okay, you cannot replace your ruh. You cannot replace wisdom. That is what you have to earn by exercising your cultural rituals and your cultural properties. Okay, you have to claim it. That lies within your inheritance. Okay, don't be worried about your inheritance, about what your mother or your father has left you. Allah has not given anybody less than what they're supposed to have gained here. Okay, we are just a civilization that got drowned in a riba. You live in a state of reality where there is more riba than what there is physical money, people. 99% of the things that you believe is real was birthed through credit. Okay, something that never existed. In the conscious world, there is no such a thing as credit. We created it illusionally, and that is why people will not be able to activate the chakras, the chakras, the different levels, because in the natural order of the evolution of life is you have to work in order to appreciate, and you have to find the time that you have to endure in order to achieve it. Okay, if you are going to just create money out of nothing, like what you've been living for since 2008, since the collapse of the financial economy, and your amounts of monies that was illusionally printed had caused you tremendous illusions, people. We will not realize that most of the things that we are using is it's been obtained because there was a credit facility, and that credit facility it delayed our wisdom. Okay, it disabled us from understanding the natural order of the evolution, because we got to something without earning it. All right, so imagine how many trillions has been created out of nothing, and we believe it has a value, but in the reality of refined conscious, it doesn't exist, because we accepted, we believed it, and now we are synced into such a delusion. All right, you and I, as the last as the seniors of a community, of a generation, you have to use your foresight now going forward, because the one idol that we cannot uproot ourselves from is money. Okay, that's the one that Ibrahim leaves untouched. Okay, we will go crazy if we don't have money, people, because for us, money is greater than God. Okay, we can live without God, but we cannot live without money. So out of the rahmah Allah gives us is that the banking system, the financial system is kept, it is kept, I would call it standard now, for now, okay? Whilst you and I are in the, we are in the corridors of switching into a new financial quantum system, okay? The expansion of the human conscious is not enabling him to believe in the fictitious modules of the money financial systems that was like the Nasdaq, the stock exchange. The human mind has outgrown that idolic cycles. Okay, therefore, the quantum financial system is now going to be the new modulation of how you will be enriched. All right. It is important for you to understand at this moment in time that you have to make some hard and deep decisions regarding your financial well-being and your next generations. All right. Because the artificial intelligent world that we are living in, it's a soulless world. It has no God. At the moment, we are functioning godless in a conscious, okay? Due to the quantum expansion, for those of us that has grown, for those of us that has understood what is occurring here in conscious, okay? So it's important for you to study these financial changes, the different modulations, the different systems that is income, okay? How much more magic is going to be played onto your illusions that you are going to be more infatuated with something which is basically just a number, okay? The money is no longer, it's going to be a cashless system. And that was the greatest delusion. But you must come to align to the fact that you have now the system of Bitcoin, and you have the different XRPs and XPLs. There's many different financial systems that is now going to be upgraded in your lives for the next 100 years. Okay, it's a good time for you to study. It's a good time for you to understand it. It's a good time for you to realize how much of riba your investments are pulling in. Okay, it's important for you to at the same time realize that there are alternative measures, there are alternative systems. Okay, not working hand in hand, working on a parallel scale. Okay, we Al-Jim, we are part of that new order where our systems our cryptocurrencies and our blockchains and our fintechs is going to use this new paradigm in order to avoid the riba system that most of our parents and our grandparents and our children and our great people who claims that they are believers are swimming blindly and greedily in that illusion of a reality. Okay, we have to be we have to be consistent in realizing our sovereignty, both in our health as well as our mental health, as well as into our financial health. The Sanlams of the days, the different orders that was financial houses in the past, they will not be as what you had anticipated. There is a complete destruction and a replacement of a financial system as the conscious grows into a better vision. You will come to human beings, your children will opt for much more less enslaving financial formats. Okay, insurance and all these kind of things, it is illusional. It's completely illusional, people. These are the activities and the transactions that you have made your next generations believe that there's no other way out. Well, I'm here to tell you there are many other options. There was not just one. Okay, the unipolar financial system is now in the phase of being replaced, and there are now a new quantum financial system that is going to be implemented. This is not it's Maghrib already, mashallah, tabarakallah. I have to go and make iftar. May Allah Ta'ala give you great wisdom, insight into these things, people. It's very important. Okay, it's a good time to understand it, because you can secure generational wealth in your lives now. Okay, if you understand what is about to unveil in terms of expansion of your conscious wealthy. So may Allah give you barakat, and may you have a beautiful evening. We're having Mema this evening, so keep well, and jazakallah khairan for paying attention. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ya Mustafa